Other companies sell life insurance for profit, and we sell life insurance to fix the injustice.
Mm.
There's a lot out there. I actually I was horrible with money, and I stumbled upon this business back in September 2018, but didn't really take any steps until February 2019. And within 18 months, after that, I became a regional vice president um, over a company. So I am the CEO of my base shop. I have licensed agents of about 40 licensed agents right now from states in California, Texas, Arizona, New York, Hawaii, Georgia. So it's been a great business. But I'm loving everything that this industry has to offer, and the company itself.
I love that. And I forgot to mention, you guys, Vicoy actually he is the asset manager of over $1 million. So there's a lot of money that is surrounding him. And I love the wealth of knowledge that comes from him. And I believe that that's why there's so much money surrounding you. So this show is called World Changer Wednesday. We talk about life, love, the pursuit of happiness, manifestation, and everything in between, because we understand that everything comes from within. And his team is called Prosper, and Prosper is something that happens on the inside of you. And when you have that vision on the inside of you, then you can really take a look at your whole world and transform your life in that sense. So Vicoy, I'm excited to hear about the opportunity, and how it's changing people's lives, and just some information on what you can share with us.
Yes, I mean, there's a lot of information that I could share. I don't think this podcast is not enough time, but I love what this business can offer to people like you and I. Coming from the community that I came from, I would have never thought I wouldn't trust myself with $5. Let alone
Mm.
now I have assets under management of over $1 million. Um, and this is something that I wouldn't say fell in my lap, but I fell in love with it because there's a lot. The dirtiest industry out there is the mortgage industry, and the second one would be the life insurance industry.
Mm.
um, and a lot of the victims of these industries comes from our community, from the middle class or the lower class income, because we're very vulnerable. We don't know much about numbers, and a lot of times we just trust anyone with a suit in front of us. um, that's why I don't try to dress fancy in front of my clients. I try to stay irrelevant. I wouldn't look like a finance guy because I'm super tattooed
Mm.
up to the hand. So I don't, it's not all about the appearance, it's the license. And what I love about this business is I'm gonna show statistics right now. Let me share my screen real quick.
Fantastic.
Uh, so this is the screen right now. This is the kind of industry that I'm in. So this is a public website. This is finra.org. So if you look at it, I'm actually a registered principal. I'm a registered principal, but as you can see right here, um, this is from 2006 to 2020. I have a registered rep license, and there's only 617 of us in the United States.
Mm.
In the United States.
Wow.
So imagine that. And it's and if you look at it, it's steadily declining in numbers. So the industry is becoming in demand every year.
Mm.
So there would be 6% of the registered rep that would retire or pass away, and only 5% will get added on into the industry. Everybody knows how to make money. right? But not everybody knows how to manage money. So imagine in the whole United States, there's only 617,000 people that are licensed to help clients have a very, very comfortable retirement. So, and what comes with that is there's a lot of misinformation in the social media of using life insurance as an investment vehicle or a savings vehicle. Be very, very, very careful with that because there's a big difference between an investment outside of a life insurance and a savings component inside a life insurance policy. I've been hearing a lot about becoming your own bank. I've been hearing a lot about get wealthy by getting life insurance product. Let me make it clear that if you do use life insurance as a form of investments, if you look at this right here, the savings component that you have within your life insurance, if you pass away, your beneficiaries will not get your savings. The life insurance company will absorb it. So if you
John, and it instantly.
Let's do this.
The answer. Hey there, Philip here with InvestorWow. Are you looking to make a great return on your money, but you're worried about an economic crash?
Why, yes, I am.
What if I told you there's a secret investment strategy of the rich and famous? A safe, secure place to stash your money while receiving dividends of 4, 5, even 6% per year, even when the market dips.
That sounds incredible.
But that's not all. With InvestorWow, your money grows tax-deferred from one year to the next. Buzz off, Uncle Sam. You could use all the wealth you build to plan for retirement, all for little Jimmy's college tuition. Or a new car. In fact, some people are so wild about this investment, they've used it as a replacement for banks, lending institutions, insurance, and more.
Oh, I want one. What's it called?
Whole life insurance.
Huh? Stop us if you've heard this one. You've been thinking about beginning your investment journey, so you sit down with your local financial advisor and they throw you a curveball. Whole life insurance as an investment solution. When we asked, 30% of you said you've had a financial expert recommend it.
The rest of you might be thinking, life insurance as an investment? What are you talking about?
Well, as strange as it may appear on its surface, whole life insurance as an investment has been around for generations. It's life insurance that never expires, but that's just the beginning.
It has an investment component too that's protected from the stock market and pays attractive dividends. Heck, the first book on investing I ever read extolled the amazing virtues of whole life insurance.
Let's start with Life Insurance 101. Way back in 1583, Richard Martin purchased the first recorded life insurance policy in England on his buddy William for £30. 1 year later, when William died, Richard received a £400 payout. Nice for him, and not so nice for Will.
Today, the principal purpose of life insurance is to protect those left behind if a family member dies. It's a standard component of modern financial planning, with 59% of people in the US owning some kind of life insurance.
Here's how it works. You pay a regular premium to insure somebody's life. If that person dies while the policy is still in force, the insurance company pays out a cash death benefit, usually hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. This money is meant to help those they leave behind.
The most common type is term life. You have a flat monthly premium for a set term, usually 10, 20, or 30 years. At the end of the term, if you're still breathing, premiums jump up dramatically, and it's not uncommon to cancel your policy at that point.
But whole life insurance is different. It has consistent flat premiums for your whole life. How can they afford to do that? By charging a much higher premium. Part of that goes towards the cost of insurance and part of it into an investment account called the cash value, which pays a dividend of 4 to 6% per year. The purpose of this account is to offset the increasing cost of insurance as you get older, so your premiums stay flat.
Unlike term life, if you cancel a whole life policy, you might get some money back. Depending on how long you've had it, you could even get more than you paid into it. Some advisors recommend that instead of borrowing from a bank, you could take out loans against your cash value while keeping the insurance in place, a practice dubbed infinite banking.
Advocates of whole life treat it as a financial silver bullet for your needs.
Life insurance without an expiration date. A tax-deferred investment for your future. Fire your banker and loan money to yourself.
How can term life possibly hold a candle to this? I think it's time to run the numbers.
Tia and Tamara are twins, both age 40 and are shopping for life insurance. Tia picks whole life while Tamara picks a 30-year term life. The death benefit for each is $500,000. Tia will be paying $563 per month for a whole life policy according to US averages. That's pretty steep, but Tia was attracted to the cash value growth. She's thinking this will count as some of her investing each year, and that 5.5% is a pretty good return.
But hold on, Tia. The 5.5% dividend only applies to your cash value portion, not the full $563 payment. According to a 2015 Consumer Report study, after costs like commissions and fees, the average whole life investment return was closer to 2%. If Tia lives to age 70, she'll have paid $202,680 in premiums, but her policy will have a cash value worth almost $280,000. She's been insured her whole life and made money. Sounds like a win to me.
Now, Tamara's 30-year term life is costing her $52 each month. If she also lives to 70, she gets nothing back. So Tamara decides to invest the difference between her premium and what she might have paid for a whole life policy. And if she invests in a basic stock index fund, she'll probably average over 7% for the next 30 years. At 70, her life insurance will be worthless, but her investment will be worth over $600,000. That's twice as much as Tia got with her whole life policy.
So, with high premiums and underwhelming returns, why is whole life recommended by brokers and advisors across the country? One word: commissions. See, agents and advisors typically receive a commission of 80 to 100% of the annual premium. So Tamara's agent made only $600, but Tia's made around $6,000.
When I first started my financial career, I too drank the Kool-Aid. It was clear that our commissions would be much higher for recommending any insurance product with an investment component. Our clients were often unaware of this conflict of interest.
To be fair, there are some situations that might make whole life insurance a good fit, like a family with a special needs child who needs a lifetime of support, or owning a complicated family business or a sizable estate with substantial taxes. But these are special cases. It's not the one-size-fits-all remedy it's made out to be.
It's best to do your own research, read the fine print, and make sure you're seeking objective advice from somebody that doesn't have financial skin in the game.
But wait, there's more.
And that's
will absorb it. So if you see right here, right there. So when you pass away, cash value typically reverts to the life insurance company. So don't take my word for it. Take Forbes magazine's word for it. You know, there are some products out there that you can get both, but they're so expensive. There's only about 3% of them where you can actually take the cash value and the death benefit. Another misconception is that if you get a life insurance of $1 million, that you can borrow off of that. The key point in that is you cannot borrow from your death benefit. You can only borrow from your cash value. What that means is you have to save enough money in order to borrow your own money, and then you have to pay 6 to 8% to 10%. It depends on your policy, to pay back the loan that you made from your own money. It's kind of like saying, hey, Jeremiah, give me $100 today, right? And if you ever need it, you have to borrow it from me.
Right.
And you have to pay me 8% or 10% in interest rate. Oh, by the way, there's surrender charges. So in the first year, you can't borrow the whole $100. You can only borrow 20. It doesn't make sense at all. Just remember, if the one of the main guide or red flag that you would hear that you want to look out for is if they use the word investment and guaranteed in the same sentence, you got to run. Correct. So we try to keep what in our company we try to keep it very, very simple. So what we actually do is what we call buy term and invest the difference. So with buy term, invest the difference, um, a buy term, invest the difference, you would have a low cost insurance for a certain amount of time. Um, so it's low cost. So whatever money you had saved on trying to get a permanent, quote unquote, permanent life insurance policy, the amount of money that you have saved from getting that, you would save it on a separate account. It can come in three different in different forms, and in the individual account, a traditional IRA, a Roth IRA, or there's a lot of investment products out there, but it's totally separate from your life insurance product. So the idea is you get a low cost life insurance while you're young with the maximum amount of coverage, and by before you reach retirement age, you have enough money and have enough assets to be so-called self-insured. So you no longer need life insurance. You don't need life insurance your whole life. You don't want to bet on yourself passing away so your family will be financially well. You want to bank on yourself to live a long life
Yes.
and have enough money for retirement. But the life insurance is the foundation, because what if something happens to you tomorrow, in 1 week, 1 month, 5 years? We never know. That's why you need that life insurance today. But by retirement, what you need is income. You don't need bills anymore. What you need is actual income.
Right.
That other companies sell life insurance for profit, and we sell life insurance to fix the injustice. There's a lot out there. I actually
Yes.
ran just this week alone. I ran across 8 cash value life insurance policies, and I was able to explain it to them with their own policy, and I was able to replace all of them because it just makes sense. What we do here is we do not sell anything. All we do is educate, because no one wants to be sold anything. But when you educate people, they make the right decision, and they make their own choice, and it's fluid like that.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. It makes me cry. Because I mean, when you're a parent, you become a parent, you become responsible for someone else's life. Then your life has more value. And I think this is the question that I'm going to get to. This is the question that I ask every single one of my guests is, how do you think your self-worth affects your net worth?
Oh, that's huge. It's all about believing yourself. And I always tell people, if you firmly believe you can do whatever you want, you can do whatever you want. If you live life fearless like an animal, you can devour anything. I'm telling you, I was born and raised in the Philippines. I came here when I was 14 years old, and I didn't come from the nice part of the Philippines. Actually, where I grew up, it was featured in one of the shows. It was called No Go Zone. So it says on that documentary, don't go to where I was born at.
Wow.
So I got here when I was 14 years old with probably 3.5% English. I didn't know how to speak English. Learn how to speak English. Try to live the American dream. I took 2 years. I dropped out of high school, got my GED. I went to college. I tried nursing for 2 semesters. I couldn't do it. I became a cable guy for 13 years, and I became a gas man for 3 years, because I thought that was all I was made to be, was to become a worker. But being surrounded with very, very optimistic people and very, very driven people, you will find out that you are actually unstoppable in anything that you want to do.
Yes.
It just sometimes it takes time, and sometimes but it takes a lot of self-development.
Yes.
Because if you speak to me 4 or 5 years ago, I did not speak this way. And this is all coming natural, because now I'm actually reading books.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes your growth potential only amounts to the circle that you're in. I'm gonna quote one of my favorite motivators, Nipsey Hussle. He said that if your circle does not motivate you, that's not a circle, that's a cage, right?
Facts.
So sometimes you need to move away from that circle, have that self development, grow, and then you can come back to that circle and allow the people in your circle to grow as with you. You know, that's the kind of mentality that we have in my community. Is everyone has to eat, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes one of us or some of us have to step out, learn, come back, and it's a very. I mean, where I'm at today, I love where I'm at today in
Mm.
life. I'm not where I want to be yet. I'm still working on it. Um, but being your own boss and being an entrepreneur is a different world. But I'm telling you, the freedom of time that comes with it, you never know. And you're a mom, so you would know how much freedom time means to a person. Because when I was working, I was making okay money. I was making six figures as a gas man,
Mm.
with a lot of overtime. But you know what? During that time, I was time broke. There's two types of people. One that has a lot of money but no time, and there's a lot of people that have a lot of time with no money. So when you become an entrepreneur or a business owner, you find that balance. But it takes toughness.
Mm-hmm.
It takes toughness in the forefront. Um, in the forefront. Most businesses, you have to wait until 5 years to get the your ROI, which is a return of investment. So most businesses are that way. What I love about this business is the ROI can be a month. So whatever investment that you made into this business, you can actually make it back in 1 month. But it's totally up to you. Because it's all about patience and faith. A lot of people don't have the patience to build a business for what, 3 to 5 years, but most people have the patience to work for 40 years. It just
Mm.
doesn't make sense. And
Mm.
and a lot of people, and Jeremia, someone had sacrificed their life for you and I to be where we're at today.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest disrespect for that, for the people that sacrifice for us, is to live a mediocre life. I'm
That's
not
right.
here for a mediocre life. I want a prosperous life. That's why we named our team, our base shop, Team Prosper, because we want to have a lot of investment products out there, but it's totally separate from your life insurance product. So the idea is you get a low cost life insurance while you're young with the maximum amount of coverage, and before you reach retirement age, you have enough money and have enough assets to be so-called self-insured. So you no longer need life insurance. You don't need life insurance your whole life. You don't want to bet on yourself passing away so your family will be financially well. You want to bank on yourself to live a long life and
Yes.
have enough money for retirement. But the life insurance is the foundation, because what if something happens to you tomorrow, in 1 week, 1 month, 5 years? We never know. That's why you need that life insurance today. But by retirement, what you need is income. You don't need bills anymore. What you need is actual income.
Right. Wow,
Right.
that's powerful stuff.
Yes. Yeah, there's and I'm telling you, I just love the way our company does everything, because they just came, the quote that was said. I just came back from a meeting this morning, and they said um, that other companies sell life insurance for profit, and we sell life insurance to fix the injustice.
Mm.
There's a lot out there. I actually I
Yes.
ran just this week alone. I ran across eight. cash value life insurance policies, and I was able to explain it to them with their own policy, and I was able to replace all of them because it just makes sense. What we do here is we do not sell anything. All we do is educate, because no one wants to be sold anything. But when you educate people, they make the right decision, and they
Yes.
make their own choice, and it's fluid like that.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. It makes me cry.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when you're a parent, you become a parent, you become responsible for someone else's life. Then your life has more value. And I think this is the question that I'm going to get to. This is the question that I ask every single one of my guests is, how do you think your self-worth affects your net worth?
Mm. Oh, that's huge. Um, it's all about believing yourself, and I always tell people, if you firmly believe you can do whatever you want, you can do whatever you want. If you live life fearless like an animal, you can devour anything. Uh, uh, I'm telling you, I was born and raised in the Philippines. I came here when I was 14 years old, and um, and I didn't come from the nice part of the Philippines. Actually, where I grew up, it was featured in one of the shows. It was called No Go Zone.
In a place where poverty, violence, and prostitution are the way of life, and bloody drug wars are the backdrop that people live their lives to. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to Quirino.
So,
I love it.
yeah, there's a lot of information out there, and you would think man, just everything that we teach people, I believe that everyone 18 above should know, and actually should be taught in high school. That's how important our information are.
Exactly. I agree. Uh, so thank you so much, Vicoy, for taking the time to be with me today and give this information. This is life transforming information for your family, for yourself. Another thing I love about the company is the sense of family, and that's one of the things that I love about building team building is that everybody wins. You know, when you're on a team, and everybody has your back when you're on a good team, and everybody believes the best about you when you're on a good team. And so that's the most important thing to me. And so when I'm putting out this information, I definitely want you to make sure you click the link below and set up an appointment with me or Vicoy and one of our teammates. We will bring you through this process and get you set up on life insurance, get you set up if you want to start your own business. The opportunity is great. And there's a lot of people that need what we have to offer. And you're a great tool to do that as well by you becoming a testimony of the product. So thank you again, Vicoy, for coming and being with me today and talking to my
No
viewers.
worries.
And I'm so excited for the next steps that you guys are going to make. And Vicoy, did you have anything else that you wanted to add?
Oh no, that's I just want to say, take the if you're gonna set up an appointment, don't think that you're there to purchase anything, that you have to sign up for anything. Just get the information and run with that information. We are not here to, force you into anything. We're just gonna give you the information, and if it makes sense for you, it makes sense for your family, it should make sense to make a decision from there. But don't think that you have to sign up or pay for anything if you have any appointments with us. But we love sharing the information because everyone needs it, and these information is so key because now we can pass it on to our next generation. So if you look at life as a building, a lot of us starts at the lobby, right? And some of us even start at the underground parking lot, right? But with this information that we have, you can actually pass it on to your children, so your kids can actually start at the 10th floor, the 15th floor, the 20th floor, closer to that, that penthouse.
Yeah.
So it's knowledge. Knowledge is power. So guys, yeah, let Jeremia know, let myself know, or we also have our trainer, Jen Pineda, and also Eric Marilos in the business. We have a lot of trainers here, guys, that are waiting to share the information with you guys. But thank you for having me here, Jeremia.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for World Changer Wednesday. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.
If you see right here,